What's going on, everybody? Give me a couple moments while I share that we are live. All right. All right, what's up, everybody? What's going on? What's my name, Bullish Bears? My name is Lucian. What's going on? So, market correction, you got to see, right? Again, go back to these patterns, guys, right? Symmetrical triangle right here. Price goes and breaks out the top of angular resistance. It hits some horizontal resistance over here. You have this evening star pattern right here. And now it's retesting angular resistance. Now it's angular kind of support here. So now got support right over in here. After it breaks out, you have this evening star pattern. So now we got to see, is it going to fail and go down farther? Or is it going to go and do kind of a cup and maybe a handle and possibly continue upward? So as right now, you kind of got the evening star pattern going on. Am I watching the English soccer team? I have not. I haven't been watching soccer. How's it going? Good? All right, so we're going to build a watch list for tomorrow. Not many on there on the bullish side of things, so we'll take a look at both scans. And again, you know, when the market does this, it gets a little bit annoying, right? You get these few green days right here, and then it kind of pulls back, right? But market's correct. They go up, they go down, trade sideways, all that good stuff. So let's take a look and see what's going on for the potential watch list for tomorrow. Feels like I'm losing my voice a little bit here. My voice is feeling a little raspy, so forgive me if it sounds a little weird. Bayak. Wow, this one just totally broke out today, huh? So this one right here, we'll just put this one on for maybe a potential continuation day. A lot of times when these pump up like this, you might have some continuation a second day before it completely dumps. So we will keep an eye on this one. Right up in these areas here. And down, support down here. So this one could easily dump, or it could pump up a second day. Kind of has a double bottom right here, a bottom here, a bottom here. It might want to go and break out. So we'll watch for a potential continuation day. And it's been up to about $9 here on the weekly before. So let's see if it's been passed on a monthly. And this one's been pumped up before a lot. All right, so on this one, we will do this. Watch for potential continuation day with resistance around $9. Be aware of a potential dump. So that's for BIOC. ACHV, yeah, I see that one down here, so we'll take a look at that one in a little bit. Myos, completely dumping aftermarket. Definitely has that history of pumping, that's for sure. I'm not sure if I don't like that one for another day. ACIU, really overextended right now. This one, look for a potential pullback. Let me take a look at LEDS. Let's see if that's on here. Oh, let's take a look at LEDS. Yeah, good call. I see what you're saying. You have the kind of that potential kind of bull pennant in the aftermarket. But it's got that weird spinning top, high wave candle, kind of a hammerish. Let me see here. $5. Let's see. This one might be one to keep an eye on. Let's see. It was up around 569 in the aftermarket, right up here. Yeah, maybe it'll get a pump up. Needs to get about $5 area. Also 550. So yeah, we'll put LEDS on for a potential continuation. See if it can get above. I mean, let's say even $6. Let's do this. These candles get really funky like this. And look, and it's just dumping right now, huh? I will take a look at Tesla in a little bit for you when I do my watch list. Remind me to look at Tesla when I do the swing watch list. I'm not like an LEDS now with it just dumping. I mean, it could still hold. It just gets all messy. I hate patterns like that. ACIU, really overextended. Might be a short. So, right. This be very overextended on the daily. This one might be a short below $16. It could fall right down to $14 easily. Give back some of its gains. I'd also look at probably $15 as well. Let me take a look at the hourly. Yeah. So it is bullish right now in the hourly. Bit extended, but it's one to keep an eye on for a potential pullback because you've had several green days in a row like this. So if that fails, I'd look at that one as a potential short. All right, so this says price is really extended on the daily. Watch for potential short with support around $15 and then $14. So if 1604 kind of fails and 16 starts to fail, you can see some support around $15 and then around $14. So that's ACIU. No, we do small cap as well as swing trades. So I do my swing trade watch list after I do the daily watch list. So I'll be doing that one in shortly. Our daily watch list is anywhere between stocks between 30 cents to $20, and then our swing trade watch list is anywhere from like $20 up to like $200. So we do 2 watch lists each day. $50. So ABUS, another one that might be a potential short. You can see this one broke out. Now it might be pulling back here. Let's see on the hourly. The daily. See some support around that 940, 950 range right here where it broke out. So if it fails not 1060 area, this one might be a potential short down to the 940s range. So you can see some resistance right around that 1110 as well. So if this one, let's see. All right, so this one says potential short with support around 940s and resistance around 1110. So if 1060 fails, you have some support right down to the 940s range. You have some resistance between the 1060 to 1110 range. So again, very overextended. If this ends up failing 1060 at some point, might be a possible short down. That's for ABUS. You're welcome. So this one in the aftermarket is creeping up right around a little bit to that 870 marker. This one might want to try to break out. You kind of see somewhat of an inverse head and shoulders, kind of a big left shoulder, a head, a right shoulder, neckline around 870s. And it's got some resistance up around 950, probably $9 as well. So kind of, again, this kind of a left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So let's do this. $9 to $9.50. Okay. All right. So this one says inverse head and shoulders, watch for a potential breakout over 870 with resistance between 9 to 950. So again, left shoulder kind of right here, big left shoulder, head, right shoulder. If you can get above this 870s range right around here, resistance between $9 and $9.50. AXTI. How all those things works, because I don't get it. If you're new, FA, just take our courses. We have a few $1,000s worth of courses here on our website, links below. If you're new and you're not sure what I'm saying, just take our free courses. This will keep you busy for months and really be able to help teach you. I wish I had an easier answer or simpler answer, but Yeah, if this is all foreign to you, you're going to have to study hundreds of hours. And the good news, we have a whole bunch of good content to really help you out. Montana, shoot us an email for our Trade Ideas link. If you are a member of ours or you purchase Trade Ideas through us, then we will email you our Trade Ideas scans. We give people that are members or Trade Ideas, they've purchased Trade Ideas through us, we give them our scans. So TGA, very overextended now on the daily. Several green days. This one's a potential short as well. Although it's very close to the moving average line, so it's not really overextended on the daily. And the daily, it's got some room to pull back. So this is one to still potentially keep an eye on. Let's see, 375. It's a little trickier with support. I like it where it's a little bit more overextended, so Montana, I just sent you the email right on the bottom. It's bbteam@bullishbears.com. So I'm not going to put that one. AVDL. Okay, this is one I like. So this one's got some resistance. Let's see. Right between $7.50 to $8. Kind of has a cup pattern, right? So watch. Let's see. So this one says, watch for potential continuation with resistance between, $7.50 to $8. I like these. I like these medium float kind of stocks. They kind of slowly grind up, have a pattern. They're holding their highs on the day above the moving average lines, has some continuation to run. Whereas on a stock like this, maybe it runs up to 750, 714 to 750. That's 36 potential cents to move. And maybe you're just trying to scalp 10, 15, 20 cents out of that 36, right? Not trying to get greedy, right? So this is one that might just kind of fly under the radar, that it might reverse, have a little bit of a run up over here, and might want to go in and scalp 10, 15, 20 cents out of it, So again, we don't know. No one knows if it's going to go up to 750. It may dump tomorrow, but if it's bullish and kind of rides up with a medium float stock, moving average lines might cross. It might have some chance to move up here, right? But again, don't get greedy, right? Don't just assume, hey, this thing looks like it move up, so it's going to go up to way up here again. It may not. It may only go up to 750 and then kind of do a reversal. But hey, you can scalp some good money on these. If you look at our watch list, there's always something that's moving 30, 40, 50 cents in a day. Several of those on our watch list. And then you go and you can scalp 10, 15, 20 cents out of that. You're welcome, Montana. Looks like tomorrow's watch list is not going to be necessarily a great one again, because the market's pulling back again today, so it's not looking so hot. This one, though, might be one to keep an eye on. If it can get above that 134 range, might have a pop. Let's see, $2. So this one I would do. Let's see. All right, so watch if price can get above 133 area right there with resistance between 150 whole and half dollar amounts and $2. Right? So anywhere between that 150 marker. It's also $2, and you can see that gap. There's a gap right in the daily right over here. And it's kind of a low floater. These are ones that like kind of pump and dump really quickly. So this is why this one might be setting up for a possible pump. You can see many of these times you don't have, these things will pump up and dump really quickly. So you can see there are some bullish signs on the daily. So it's one to keep an eye on. All right, so those don't look so hot. It's kind of The watch list is kind of for tomorrow. Let me look at some bearish ones, see if there's any decent ones to look at. Not that many. So now we're looking for ones for maybe a potential short or potential dip buy. Yeah, this has kind of got... Let me take a look over on this one here. So this one's failing the moving average lines here right now. It's just all these wicks get really choppy. So, I mean, if it fails 12 bucks, it has some room down to 11.50 or so. But it's a little bit too many wicks and stuff going down there. So that's where I'm just like, it's a little bit too choppy for me. So I don't think I'm going to look at that one. Man, this one's just progressively falling down into this gap, huh? That's Windstream. But slowly just grinding down. It's been a slow grind down in this gap here. It's kind of bear flagging, right? Take a look at the hourly again. This one might be looking to break. Oh, this is the 30-minute. Let me just do this. Kind of has a descending triangle pattern as well. Let's see. I mean, 466 might have a chance to go down to that 423 area, right around that 50 SMA. This is one. It might be a decent scalp for a short down. Let me see. All right, so potential short down in the gap with support around 423 at the 50 SMA. So if it fails at 466 area, there is a... Let me just do this. There's some support right at that 50 SMA. Long way down in the gap. Still could go further, but I want to keep an eye on. Windstream. Also, could be a potential dip buy if you don't short it and buyers come in around 423, you know, it might be a potential dip buy reversal as well. PIR star pattern with hammer question mark. Let me see. Is that Pier 1? Yep. So that's a good eye. That is a potential. You got kind of a red hammer right here. Star pattern right here. Some potential to run to that 247. So the only thing I don't like about it, number one, I hate these candles like this. And number two, it's a little, you know, 247 from 232. It's not as, I want a little bit more room to run. So this is a great eye. This is a star pattern, potential reversal. But I don't like how close it is to resistance. It may be holding support here, which is nice, but I want it to have more, to be a little bit more away from resistance, ideally. But again, good eye with the star pattern. This one could easily fall down towards the $5 area. It has an evening star pattern to it. I want a little bit more room to fall, so I'm not going to put that one on. Bearish kind of harami pattern. A little bit too close to moving average lines for support, so I'm not going to put that one on. Another evening star pattern on EMPH. Right near the moving average lines, though. I like to ideally have more room. This one right here is about to, right at the base of a descending triangle. So this is right at the base of a descending triangle. Right near that 741 marker as well, though. Let's see. The only thing I don't necessarily like is it's very oversold now in the hourly. Let me look at the daily. Not quite oversold in the daily yet. Let me look at that for a possible reversal. Yeah, this one might be one. Yeah, I don't love it. I want a little bit more room to the moving average lines. What's up, Bob? What about the candle course, Robert? Were you referring to the star pattern? If so, again, great eye, because that was a star pattern. Doesn't mean it's going to reverse. Still could keep falling, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. Again, when I do these watch lists, I try to I want to ideally, if I'm going bullish, I like to be above like moving average lines with room to resistance, or you know, if I'm going bearish, I'd like to be failing below the moving average lines. Typically I'm looking at on the daily, and then I kind of coincide with an hourly chart. And ideally, again, I want you to have room to support. So I want you to have room to resistance, room to support, and then ideally look for patterns or gaps, something that's really giving you a potential good daily breakout or continuation, right, or a reversal pattern with room to run. I try to avoid having you guys near, or too near the moving average line. So I ideally like to have room to run. Oh, you want me to plug the candle course? Is that what you're saying, Robert? Or you're plugging the candle course? Candlesticks course, whatever. So GoPro's failing the 9, 13, and 20. It's still kind of close to the 50 for me. And don't like it. It just gets difficult when you have the pullback like the market's doing when it breaks out. gets a little bit annoying. So tomorrow might be one of those just kind of indecision days again. Happens all the time. But yes, our candlesticks course, if you want me to plug it, we have a basic candlesticks course and advanced candlestick course, guys. If you're watching this and you don't know what I'm talking about with patterns and what, you know, how this is all, you know, working and coming together, I wish there was an easier way, but there isn't. The only easy way to make this all make sense is to literally study like crazy and look at thousands of charts. Not a dozen, not 2 dozen, not 100, not 200, not 500. Talking thousands of charts until you see candlestick patterns in your sleep. And the only way to do that is to study and come to work every single day and study like crazy and practice like crazy in a virtual account until trading becomes comfortable to you, and then overcome it with, or you know, then move from a paper account to a real account, trade with small positions, and then, you know, until you can overcome your emotions, right? So NYC Urbanista says, just popping in and may have missed it. Any thoughts on BIAC for tomorrow? Was a great play all day. Great question. BIAC is on our watch list for tomorrow for a potential continuation day. Had a huge move up today. Very overextended. This could easily dump tomorrow, or it could have a sympathy day. You can see on the weekly, you know, next up would be if you can get back over $8, you have resistance between $8.31 to $9. So it might have a sympathy day. But again, if you're new watching this, don't buy a stock because it breaks out like this. Look at this. Look at this thing. It's been garbage all this time. I'm not saying it's not going to be good long term. I don't know a thing about it. I think it's probably a biotech stock. Not quite sure though. But again, stocks move on news. A stock that's been trading sideways like this for doing nothing, and then it just shoots up automatically day to $8. I mean, this thing could go easily again. It could pump up to, you know, look on the monthly chart. It's been up to $30 before, right? But guys, you got to be very leery on a stock that, you know, that goes pumping up from $10 up to 30, and then it goes down to 14 cents. You know, that's a problem. I don't know anything about that company, but I know that's a major problem with a chart. If it stock's at $30 and then it's going down and trading between 14 cents and $1 to $2 or $3, then all of a sudden it goes up to $8. Don't think that this thing's going to be great long term. Again, I don't know anything about BIAC, but yeah, this thing could pump up again and continue. That's why we have it on the watch list for tomorrow. But if you're new, don't be like listening to everybody thinking, oh my God, this thing's going to go up to $30 again. I'm going to buy and hold. If you get in on this and it goes up, you have to know your patterns and where to get out, support and resistance. And sometimes these stocks have a mind of their own, especially when it's super low float like this. This is going to pump or it's going to dump. It's going to do one or the other. You know, this could easily go and dump tomorrow, or it could easily go pop up to $15, $20, $30. And if it does that, be aware it's going to dump. You know, majority of all these small cap stocks are pump and dumps. Oh, BIAC was a reverse split? I didn't even look. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, so, yeah, you got to be careful of those as well, guys. Again, we're going to keep it on just to see what it does. Again, there's going to be movement. So when you're looking at day trade, you want movement, right? You want movement up or movement down so you can, again, you know, go long and scalp on the way up, or short on the way down, or look to potentially dip buy. Right? Several different ways you can trade it, but volatility is good. It's a good thing. But especially on these low floaters, you got to be so careful. Very, very, very careful. I was considering this one, but I could tell these candlesticks are funky. See these funky candlesticks, guys? How they're weird like that? They look weird when you go here to the alerts. See how it moves in 5-second increments? That's a 5-cent spread stock. I just don't like trading those. So I think he said it was a reverse split, not a long-term hold. Yeah, you got to be careful on all these small cap stocks, you know. These stocks, again, many beginner traders start trading these smaller stocks because they're cheaper, right? You know, you have a smaller account, so you want to trade a cheaper stock. And many people think, oh, can I swing trade or hold this stock long-term? You know, you got to be careful. Again, you see a stock, look at GBR. What a piece of garbage, right? $1 to $2, right? Garbage. Look at this chart. It's absolute garbage. Let's see the weekly. Pump and dump, pump and dump, pump and dump. It's an entire pump. This is dump. So again, when you look at these charts, guys, you can make great money on these. This is day traders. Pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, and then dump, right? Complete pumping and dumping. But again, this is day trading. So this is what you're looking for. You're looking for, as a day trader, you're looking for this stuff. You're looking for this. That's what you're looking for. The problem is, so you guys see all this? Pumping and dump, pump and dump, pump, dump. So this is what you're looking for to trade on a daily basis. And you're looking to, you know, if a stock pumps up from $1.40 to $2.20, you know, no way are you going to get all of that move, right? But you know, on a $1.40 to $2.20, you know, 80 cents, you might be looking to scalp 10, 15, 20 cents out of that. The problem is, for new traders, they get caught thinking that these stocks are like really good stocks to hold. And what happens is the new traders are buying in these areas. You guys see that? These tops, they're buying at resistance. Right? And then they're getting screwed, right? So the guru or the chat room pumps it up. The newbies buy it up here. Shorts come in, drop it down. Newbies suckered in right up here. All you guys getting screwed up here. The new traders, right? Getting screwed all up through here. Chat room pumps it up. You buy at the chat room. They dump it back down. Now you're crying. You bought at $2.20 and now you're down to $1.50, blowing up your brokerage account over and over and over and over and over every single day. Low float stock, pumps it up, chat room pumps it up, they take their profits, they look like heroes, dumping it back down, you're getting screwed. Right here, down here, done. And I say this not to like be a jerk, but to teach you guys is if you're watching this and you're listening to a chat room or a guru pumping up a stock and you're blowing up your account, that's the reason why. Right? You have to know support and resistance. This chart is garbage. Absolute, total garbage. But these days that it pumps up and dumps, lots of money to be made. But you have to be able to drill into these days when they pump up like this and look at, like, zoom in on these intraday patterns and see what's going on. You know, like a day like here where it's pumping up. You have a short window and you can make a lot of money on this. But you could also buy at 440 and have it drop down in a few minutes down to 380 and then you're not careful, lose a lot of money. And no such thing as a good cheap stock, LOL. Kind of true, right? It's kind of true unless you can predict it. But the majority of these small cap stocks are garbage and they pump and they dump. But again, that's why we have a day trading watch list. And then again, you can make massive amounts of money day trading. Massive. Because you're just looking to use your account as leverage, right? Depending on your size account. If you have a $100,000 account, you're going to be able to make a lot more day trading than somebody that has a $5,000 account. But, you know, if you have a $5,000 account, don't be discouraged. It might take you a year or two to build that account up. Try to build it up to over $25,000. Get over the PDT rule. And then you can use your account more as leverage. But if you're under the PDT rule, you know, sometimes, again, the answer to getting around the PDT rule, want to be careful. Again, we try to tell you guys this, right? A lot of people think because they're new, they're like, oh, they have 5,000 in their brokerage account, so they what they want to do is, you know, get over the PDT rule, right? Because everybody says you know you only get 3 trades to make. when you're under the PDT rule, right? 3 trades in a calendar week, which is totally true. But be very careful with that, guys. If you're a new trader and you don't know how to trade, don't go getting a lower broker to get around the PDT rule if you don't even know what a bull flag or a bear flag or an ascending triangle is, right? If you don't know the basic patterns, you don't want to be able to go and make unlimited trades when you can't even make 3 successful trades. So we want to teach you guys practice in a virtual account, make hundreds of trades, get very, very, very comfortable, then transition to real money, and maybe discipline yourself for a couple months to just only make 3 successful trades in the week. Discipline yourself, if you're day trading, to make those 3 trades account. Grow your account by $100 in a day, you know, and then maybe you're just focused on that week, you know, 3 days that week you're trying to make, you know, 10-cent scalps, you're buying 1,000 share positions, you make $300 that week. Next week, maybe you're focusing on, again, same thing. Maybe you're trying to go $300 a week, so you made $1,200 that month. Next month, maybe you're trying to get, you know, same 3 trades, and you're, again, you're teaching yourselves discipline, right? Again, we all want to take your $5,000 account, right, and make it up to $100,000. But if you can't take a $5,000 account and turn it to $6,000, you can't take a $5,000 account and turn it to $100,000. You're not going to make it a $500,000 or $5,000 account to a $100,000 account if you can't make $100 a day, $200 a day. You have to start small and work your way up. So focus on slowly growing your account. Yeah, it might take you 6 months or a year. But once you're really good trading, then you go over to a smaller broker like CMEG or SureTrade or something like that. Then you avoid the PDT rule, but you got to know how to trade first, right? The problem is too many new traders go and they try to get a small broker to get around the PDT rule, and they can't even make 1 trade, never mind 10 trades in a day. And that's when they get the smaller broker, they get confused, they listen to a guru, and they're trying to chase all these stocks, all these small cap pump and dump stocks. They're trying to chase a guru. They come in too late because remember, again, there's always a delay. When we're live streaming, there's still a delay. Whether you do our live stream on YouTube or on join.me or another service, there's still always going to be a delay. You're still going to panic trying to chase us or another guru. Again, we're not gurus. And so you're always going to be late to the party chasing another guru. So if that's the case and you have a smaller brokerage account and you don't know how to trade and you're chasing a guru, trying to make several trades in a day, and you don't know support and resistance, you're going to blow up your account. Remember, when a guru is calling out a trade, many gurus are saying, hey, I'm long FPI right now. You're like, what is that? First of all, most people are like, what does long mean? It means you're in the position, right? So, hey, I'm long FPI right now. So let's pretend I'm a guru and go to, actually, let me go to BIOC, right? BIOC right now, let's say today I was like, hey, I'm long. Let me find BIOC over here. You know, like maybe, let me see a good spot. Maybe down over in here, right? So pretend I'm a guru and I got in and I'm like, all right, guys, I'm long BIOC right now, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Okay, now you get my long, hey, Lucian's long BIOC. So, oh man, I got to scramble. I got to get my order in. All right, cool. So maybe, let's just say you got lucky, right? You know, right here, maybe you got lucky in here. And this is kind of a bad example. Let me find it right here. Let me just go, I want to get a better example. Because that way you would have actually still made money right here. My point being is, like, a guru, I could call the trade, let's say right here. Maybe I got in right here. I call out the trade. You're scrambling up on this candle, right? So I get in over here. You're scrambling if you're new. You're getting in at the top of this candle. Meanwhile, I might get in right here above 597. I might sell right here, maybe 620. Maybe I'm not waiting to the top of this candle. I make my 20, 25 cents. And by the time you're chasing me to get in that stock, because I'm a guru, right? I'm selling it, and you're left bag holding up here. You're buying out here. So new trader, they're buying out here. So me, I'm a guru, right? I pump it up right here. I sell somewhere in here. By the time you get in, you're freaking out trying to get your order in, and then boom, I'm selling. Hey guys, I'm out. You're panic selling. Although all of my sheep are following me, right? They're following me on the way out because I'm a guru. I'm the shepherd, right? Everybody's following me, following the flock. Boom, I'm dumping it. Now you're screwed, right? Guys, I say this to really, really draw this attention to yourself. You have to know these patterns, and it takes a long time to learn. That's why we're trying to help you guys. We have a whole community of support. We have courses, all that good stuff to really help you guys. But don't go blindly following somebody and their trades. That's a way to blow up your account, and that's why 90% of traders fail. That's just a statistical fact. Now, over 90% of traders will fail because they're blindly following a guru, and they don't know support and resistance. Why do they not know support and resistance? Because unfortunately, again, most traders are lazy and they won't put in the work it takes to become a good trader, which takes hundreds of hours of studying to become good. Right? It's not all about the Maseratis and half-naked women and private jets and loads of cash and all that. You can do that if you become a good, successful trader, but it's about all of the hundreds of hours of studying, the thousands of hours of charts for things to really make sense. That's trading. Dave, what's up, buddy? PDT teaches you to take the best trades. Correct. Honestly, guys, you could take $5,000, have it in a Thinkorswim account, trade our watch lists right here. You could literally shut down every other scanner, just take our watch list that we send out every single day, have $5,000 in an account. Every week, just go to our website. You'll see our worst week yet. We've had an 80% win ratio in our trades. Our worst weeks, we're anywhere between 80s to 90s, right? Every week. There's always every day, even on the worst day, there's something you could scalp for 10 cents. So, you could buy any, maybe you filter our watch list from any stocks up to $5. You buy only 1,000 shares and you're scalping only 10 cents, right? And you'll be like, oh, big deal, I made $100. Well, you got to grow your account somewhere, right? Practice those 3 trades a week. Trade only the best setups. Maybe you sit on your hands for 3 days out of 5, and then 2 are really good. And instead of scalping 10 cents, maybe on those trades you could have gotten 20 cents or 30 cents. And that's how you build your account up. Very, very important. But the problem is, all the newbies, right? All the new traders are coming in. They're all staring at BIOC. Hold on, guys. My doorbell rang. I don't know who this is. Hold on 1 second. Dang it, false alarm. Place I used to get all my clothes from. I've been doing good with my shopping addiction. I haven't bought anything in about a month. And then a friend of mine had something shipped here, the place that I do my shopping addiction, and it's not my clothes. So, going back to what I was saying. Oh, so yeah, if you're a new trader, what's happening, right? You're joining somebody's chat room. You're joining a guru. You're listening to that guru trade BIOC or MIOS, and you're following them into their position, and you don't know when to get out, right? And by the time, guys, you understand, this is very, very important to understand. These stocks like BIOC, look at how incredibly low flow, and MIOS, incredibly low flow. If you're new, low float is, again, shares of a stock to trade. The lower the float, the more volatile they are. The best traders in the world, or day traders in general, they're all searching, they're all staring at these stocks every morning. They're turning on trade ideas, they're looking at the top gappers with news, and they're all staring at these stocks. If you're a new trader and you don't know bull flags, bear flags, ascending triangles, support, resistance, if you don't know that, you're going to blow up your account. Blow it up. Because you're against all of the trade. Look at all this volume over here. Everybody's staring over here in the morning. And that's why we tell you, just like, don't follow a guru. Don't listen. That's why you're not hearing us. You don't hear us calling out trades. You don't know. You'll hear me sometimes trading, making trades in the background. You don't know what I'm trading. Dan will sometimes kind of allude to something that he's trading again. We're not trying to pump it up. We're just trying to kind of give you guys. Dan's a little bit different style of a trader. He's really more into the low floaters. Me personally, I like our watch list better because I like these medium to higher floaters because nobody's looking at them. When I say nobody, I'm not saying nobody, but I mean a lot less people, right? You're going to see like, this is a bad example because tomorrow it'll be different when they look at it. But you know, stocks that pump in the morning, they might have 1, 2, 3 million in volume. In our watch list, you might see 200,000 or 300,000, right? But if you're only trying to scalp 1,000, 2,000 shares out of 200,000, 300,000, you're going to be fine getting in and out, get 10, 15 cents, and go about your day. But meanwhile, everybody on the planet's over here. And I'm not discouraging you to not trade the low floaters, but I am, if you're a new trader, discouraging you to not trade the low floaters, unless it's in a practice account, right? But don't trade with real money a low float stock if you can't trade medium and high float stocks, and if you can't discipline yourself to make at least 3 good trades a week. Why do you want to get 3 trades a day if you can't make 3 trades a week? It's because, you know, again, these services, you know, or other people, they kind of like, it's easy to get kind of trapped into the sexiness of the stock market because they're driving around in Maseratis and private jets. But meanwhile, if you have 5,000 in your brokerage account and that person has 200,000 in their brokerage account, it's not hard, guys. It's not hard to make $1,000 a day in the stock market. It's not. If you have a big account, you can take, again, if I have $100,000 in my brokerage account, all right, I can buy $10,000 of BIOC, B-I-O-C. Forget $5 to $8. Forget that move, right? That's a great one. That's a huge gain on the day. On something like that, right, I can take 10,000 shares, maybe get in at this hammer, right, at the top of this hammer, and before this 1 minute candle closes, I could just go 539 up to 549. I could just go 10 cents right up to here, right? I could just go and buy 10,000 shares of BIOC before this candlestick closes within less than a minute. Take 10,000 shares, scalp 10 cents out of this, and I made $1,000, right? Hey, that's great. If I'm in from 5 to, I mean, $8, no way. Traders, the best traders are not holding from $5 to $8. They're just scalping all in between, right? But newbies think that they're going to come in and just like, hey, let me buy this at $5 and ride it up to $8. No, it's not going to happen. You're going to have a roller coaster and you're going to be sick to your stomach. You might get lucky once in a blue moon, but yeah. It's like riding a bucking bronco. Low float rips up and down. Very true. What do you think if you just list the most obvious weekly stocks to trade on the title of each video? Not sure what you mean. Oh, okay. Are we on Stock Twits? Yes, we are. Dan's our guy that does Stock Twits. So there we go. I just kind of rambled on a little bit, but that's the daily watch list. So now I'll go into the swing trade watch list, which may be a little bit challenging for tomorrow with the market pulling back, but we'll see if anything pops up. Was that Groupon? What is GPN? No. Global payments. So let me go to the hourly. It's got some room up, potentially up to that 119 area. It kind of has an ascending triangle vibe to it. If you do, so you guys see that? It's kind of doing somewhat like an ascending triangle. Let me look if there's any options. Yeah, the open interest and the spreads are not that good on it, so that's where I'm just like, eh. If there was a lot more open interest and the spreads were a little bit better, I might put it on the watch list. but not really digging it. Medical marijuana for all says take profits and walk. Yeah, I mean, guys, you can never get mad at taking profits. Remember, guys, if you're new, you're always, and if you're a pro, do you think a professional, right, guys, do you think that a professional gets 100% of every single stock's move all of the time? No. You understand, like, going back to Biok, right? Going back over here. Like, let's see an example. It's easy to look at the move afterwards and be like, oh man, I could have just like stayed in this like the entire time. But remember, on a stock like this that moves, you might have a halt here, a halt down on the way here, a halt up on the way here, a halt back down, a halt up on the way up, and a halt back down. Like, it's easy to be like, oh, I could have just like gotten in way back here and just stayed in and like rode this whole thing. Get yourself caught up with real life money inside of a halt in a low float stock, and your stomach's going to turn. You're going to freak out. So again, the best traders in the world, they're in and out. Remember, guys, you see all these wicks on the way down? These are 1 minute candles. You got a professional trader getting in here, they're out up here. Wait for the pull back. Maybe they get in really quick in 10 seconds, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And that's how day trading works, right? By the time many of the gurus call out trades to you on a low float stock, by the time you get your position, a lot of the times they're out. So on my watch list, many of these you could stay in for a few minutes. You're going to be very difficult to stay in a low float stock for a few minutes. Right? Many times you're in and out. Like, these are 1 minute candles. You're in and out, in and out. You see these wicks? In and out, in and out. Boom, boom, boom. Bulls, bears, and then it just goes crazy. And then the new person's getting trapped up here because they're like, new traders like, oh man, I'm going to buy it now because this thing pumped up from $5 up to $8, but they didn't realize all the pullbacks along the way, how overextended it is, and then boom, one last pump, you get trapped up here, smack right back down. And that's how you blow up your account. Don't do that. I think we are the, yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think we're Bullish Bears community on StockTwits. That would make sense, yeah. I don't think there's any other Bullish Bears that I know of. So yeah, feel free to follow us. Dan does our StockTwits. And so I'm looking here for potential swing trades. Kind of a double bottom. Bottom here, kind of an inverse head and shoulders, left shoulder head, right shoulder. You can see moving average lines starting to pinch, maybe looking to cross over. You can see there is some movement up to that 39. Let me look at the hourly. Kind of a cup and a handle. Got some potential movement up to around $40. Right up here is the chance. Let's see here. Let me look at the... So there's lots of open interest in two areas, but the spread stinks. So that's all that to say I'm not going to put on the watch list. So, we don't like to name names. Again, guys, it's the nature of the beast, right? So it's very simple. Let's read between the lines here. So, again, if we shared our screen with exactly what trades we're trading, it does. If I tell you, hey guys, we're not a stock pumping service, but I'm sharing you my exact screen and when I'm getting in my trade and when I'm getting out, I mean, what is that? If I tell you we're not pumping a stock, but then you're seeing my screen as I go and get into that stock, what does that mean? Especially if I know there's a 10-second delay, which means I could actually go get into my trade before you even get to see it, right? It's kind of an unfair advantage. So what does that mean? Do you want to call it a stock pumping service? I mean, I could be the nicest guy in the world and show you my screen and have a 10-second delay and get in my position before you. Do I know that that's pumping a stock? I mean, yeah, right? So how do you avoid it? So how do you get there on time? What should you do? Very simple. Study like crazy. Hundreds of hours over the course of 6 months to a year at least. Make a few hundred practice trades until you have a 60 to 65% win ratio. And then scale your way into real money using very small positions. Treat your virtual account the exact same way with the exact shares and the exact stop losses as you would a real account. And then when you go to trade with real money, do not trade with your real size positions that you would. You got to start smaller. So if you were going to trade 1,000 shares normally, start with 100, scale you up to 250, then to 500, then 1,000. Guys, trading takes a hard work. Again, not to scare you guys, but statistically over 90% of traders fail. So the easy solution is there is no easy solution. You have to have massive discipline, massive focus, massive practice. And that's why, and it's also nice to have a community of support. So that's kind of where, again, we're trying to teach you guys, and then we give you guys a community, because it's also nice to talk to people, right? Even if you're the best trader in the world, it gets super lonely and dark, and like this kind of like, there's days that really suck and it's not fun. So it's nice to talk to people and have good people. And you know, we've built a great community, and the people our trade rooms are really nice, and we have lots of fun. We talk, but it's business is business, right? This is the stock market. You know, it's very, again, we're trading against each other on a daily basis. That's the ironic part, right? We're all a community, but we're all, who knows? I could be selling you my shares. You could be selling me your shares, right? Someone's got to win. Somebody's got to lose. That's the stock market. That's how it works. Are you referring to, do I look at like what the market's doing each day? If so, yes. I always have a futures chart up. So like I'll have a futures chart up on my, like I basically have it over here. So you'll see I have a multi-screen set up. I always have a futures chart here, and then all the stuff that I'm looking at from the watch list. And then again, if the market's up that day, you know, chances are the stocks that are on the watch list have a much better chance to run. If it's down and I'm bullish on the day, then chances are my watch list is not going to look so hot. And then when you have this stuff, like days like today, the choppiness, look at this yo-yo, complete and total yo-yo. That choppiness really messes with you. And hence why the watch list is not looking so hot for tomorrow, is because the market's very choppy. Speaking of which, I still can't find a good swing trade yet. Was I looking at Aramark? Was that one that I was liking? No. Kind of a big cut pattern. Let's see how that translates on the daily. So if this one, come on, zoom in. If that can get about 48 bucks, it might have some room. You can see there's a gap right around that 50. Top of that gap, right around 50.48. Let me look at and decent, not a, it's decent. All right, so there's decent open interest over on both sides. So there's some open interest, definitely some volume coming in over in here, some borderline on the bid-ask spreads, 15 to 20 cents. So this is one I would actually potentially watch. Moving average line starting to cross. Prices above the moving average lines on the hourly, starting to potentially cross. Yeah, kind of pinching, starting to cross on the daily. So if it can get above 48 bucks, it has some room up to 50. So this is one I'll put on the watch list as a potential swing trade. All right, so watch if price can get above $48 with resistance around 50. You know, so around. So again, if it can get above that 50 SMA, there's some resistance right around here, that $50 right at the gap. And then obviously there's a gap right above all the way up to 53, 54 bucks. So it's one BERY to look at. Right now our room is on we use Rumble Talk for the chat. We've been doing YouTube for streaming because everybody seemed to like YouTube better because it's easier. We actually might do a combination of maybe YouTube and maybe a Discord, or maybe join.me. We'll probably do a combination of a couple. Everybody seems to like the YouTube better, even with the delay. People seem to like it because it's easier. So we'll probably do a combination of YouTube and then probably something else at some point to give people options. But our chat is using Rumble Talk, so I do the YouTube stream each day, and then we also have a chat room. You can see it's just kind of built right on our website, so just people can go right over, click on whatever room they want, and it's just very simple, right? Browser based, easy to use. Yes, I hate choppiness too. Choppiness is the worst. I do not like it. We've had lots of it for so long because price is in that silly, stupid, major, huge symmetrical triangle on the market, and eventually at some point, someday, it'll choose a direction. It's just not doing it yet. This looks like a Chinese company here. I liked the pattern, but then I don't know anything about this company, but oops, there we go. Wow, lots of open interest. My goodness. I don't know how I'm feeling about that one. No, I'm not gonna look at that one. Or am I? Kind of has a bullish engulfing candle right here. Moving average lines are pinching. This might have some chance to reverse. Let me look at the hourly again. I mean, it's got some room to run, and there is a lot of open interest on both sides. Bid-ask spreads are a little bit all over the place. Some of them have 20 cents, 30, 50, yeah, a little bit. 30 cents. It's so borderline. I might put this one as a borderline one to watch right now if the spreads can get a little bit better. I'll go back to that one in a moment. Again, as you can see, there's really not much going on right now. Lots of indecision. This one has kind of an ascending triangle look to it. Like you can see a top there. All right, so kind of has like an ascending triangle feel to it. You can see goes up, comes back down, up, kind of comes down, up, comes down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So now you can see kind of a flat top. Let's see if there's any open interest. Wow. Look at how that's garbage. That's crazy. All that open interest, and look at the just massive, horrible looking spreads. So I would have potentially put that one on, but no way. That looks way too fishy. Something's not right there. Yeah, not looking good on the spreads either there. I don't like these guys. With swing trading, I have several different scans because I try to look for things that are bullish, bearish. Try to look from different sides of things. That one might be, let's see. So that one might have some room to fall. Oops. A little bit messy down here. It's a little bit, lots of wicks going down here, but you can see it's starting to fail the moving average lines right over here on the daily. Also on the hourly. Let's take a look at spreads. Lots of open interest. Tighter bid-ask spreads. Yeah, I'm going to put that one on. I'm going to get rid of this Hoya. Oh, shoot. What one was I just looking at? WY. Look at the hourly again. You know, if you can... 36... 35... $35 to $36. So it's starting to fail the moving average lines on the hourly and on the daily. It's different support levels. So potential short with support between $35 to $36. It's WY. So again, several different support levels, starting to fail the moving average lines on the hourly and on the daily. So you can even see it right around that 200 SMA right down there, that 35.70s area. So there's some potential for that to fall a little bit. So again, not much going on. It's really very difficult, especially the market the way it is, to get a swing trade in here. Let me take a look at IQ. Oops. Not sure how I feel about IQ right now, being right near those moving average lines. Let me take a look at the hourly. Possible it's got that 32.60 if it can go and break above that. So it's got kind of an inverse head and shoulders. Might have a pop there. Discord would be cool. Not sure what the delay is on Discord. If Discord has a very... Anybody know what the delay is on Discord? Yes, we do like to short NYC Urbanista. If Discord has like a really short delay, then we'd consider that as like a second option. This point right now, guys, everybody says they really love the YouTube. They like the delay. So as our I think what we ideally want to do is give an option of YouTube for those who want YouTube, and those who want like a very slight delay, give them another option where we might use either WebEx, Join.me, what's the other one? GoToMeeting, or if Discord is very short for a delay, a second or two, then we'll probably add that as a second option. But I mean, it seemed like everybody just prefers the YouTube. They like it. Again, because we're also not pumping stocks, right? We're not telling our entries and exits. So, yeah. Yeah, we'll have to take a look and see, Dave. Give me a call, buddy. It's been a while since I heard from you. I heard you talked to Danny today. Head and shoulders. Head, left shoulder, right shoulder. Neckline kind of extending down. Head, left shoulder, right shoulder. Yeah, it's still got some room to fall. 3 red days. Let's take a look at the hourly. Yeah, buyers are kind of coming in here, so. Yeah, we're going to do something, a combination, Dave, at some point of, we'll just do YouTube and then something else. So I want real-time, I do want the real-time screen share as well. So I'd like to have YouTube with the delay as well as real-time screen share. So that's why we might use like a more familiar service. Maybe, again, Join.me works fantastic. But I think a lot of people just aren't really familiar with it. So maybe more people might be used to WebEx or GoToMeeting or something. So I might do YouTube and something like that. Whatever is best for real-time video and audio. Let me move these over. Ugh, these are brutal, guys. Ah, let me see here. What about this one? All right, so this one might be one I'd take a look at. GLNG, failing the moving average lines on the daily. Room to fall to that 2750-ish area, the 200 SMA. Let's look at the hourly. Price is moving, failing the moving average lines. You have 2845 and 2750, right? So all right, so that's it. I'm tapping out. GLNG. So what I just wrote there is potential short, price short / put, whatever you're looking for, with support at between 2750 to 2850, right around that 200 SMA. So that's a few to look at. And that's what I've got. Bullish Bears, are you trading from overseas? I'm in United States. So depending where you're at, then I technically could be overseas. But I am in the United States. All right, so that's what I got. That's that. Cool, man. That'd be great. Love to hear from you. Please do. All right, guys. So those watching, if you're a freebie, banks are posting earnings on Friday. Market should react strongly. Yes, market always likes to react. So again, if you're a freebie watching us, we have a day trade room, swing trade room, futures room, all great people in our rooms. Everybody helping each other out. good stuff. We have trade alert setups that we send out, our watch list. Again, make sure you read how our watch lists and alerts work. Thousands of dollars worth of what? Free courses, guys. That's not a trick. Go to these courses, click on the videos. They bring you right to our YouTube channel, and get to work. Very simple, right? You want to become a good trader? Get to work. You'll hear us every single day. Guys, there's not silence, right? I'm talking to you guys, combination between me and Dan. It's an hour and a half of 2 hours, right? We've been in, you know, we've had experiences before of being in chat rooms that charge, you know, a car payment a month, and there's not much talking going on there. And people will pay a car payment a month for sometimes not a lot of talking going on. Some people like that. Guys, we do a lot of talking for you guys every single day. Teaching. Support and resistance over and over and over again. To probably some of you guys are sick of hearing me saying it. And we're only, if you click subscribe or click the link below, we are $10 per month. What's $10 a month? A Netflix payment. Actually, I actually might say this. Hold on. I think I got a new marketing message. Aha! Wait a second. Look at this. We're actually, I think, less than the cost of a Netflix payment and less than the cost of an Amazon Prime membership. I think they raised their rates, right? I could be wrong, but I think Netflix is more than $10 a month. So then you got to think, right? If you're asking yourself, well, I don't know how much Netflix is, but then you pay for Netflix. That goes to show you, $10, you forget about it, right? Or $99 for the year. Amazon Prime, I don't know if they're up at $1.20 now or whatever. So I think, I'll confirm, I think we are less than the cost of Netflix and less than the cost of Amazon for all the stuff we give you guys to just teach you how to learn the stock market. Give you like a whole community of support as well on Facebook and in our trade rooms. Our trade rooms are open 24 hours a day. That's another reason why we like to have ours browser-based, guys, and have it up here. It's just open all day long for you guys to just log in and talk. Make it simple. So, Lucian, SPY will come to test the trend line. Let's go see again. Depending on what trend line you're saying, you're probably right. It's testing it right now. Let's go back over here. Symmetrical triangle, those blue lines. Price breaks out of that symmetrical triangle. Angular resistance right below that 2800. Evening star pattern reverses down. Testing angular resistance before. Now it's angular like support. Then you got the moving average lines, and then this here again. So it would be nice if the market stops playing these silly games and you just, let's just end it with this like freaking cup and handle, break out, get above 2800, and just enough with the nonsense already. Otherwise, it's going to fall back down in the center here and just play these yo-yo crazy games again. It'd be nice for this thing just pump or dump, right? Just go up or just tank. Do something. Prefer it to not tank so people don't lose lots in their 401ks, but we'll see. And that's what I got, guys. Hopefully this helped you guys, and we will see you all in the morning. Have a wonderful night.